the child was returned to the mother, but did the case end there? No, it got a lot worse. First of all, the mother was followed really wherever she went by strangers. She had one particular woman that used to follow her whenever she went on the bus, and she would make light conversation with the mother until one day she started discussing about how she lets her daughter sleep in her bed with her and how that feels. That made the mother suspicious, and then she actually tried to avoid the woman on the bus journeys by going at different times. She even went on the first journey of the morning, but still the woman was at the bus stop to greet her. Also, the daughter was in nursery, but while she was in nursery, on the way there, on the way back, there'd been different men sitting outside in the cars, saying hello to the child as if they really did know her. When she left her home, then she often returned to find little things gone missing, little things broken, burn marks in the carpet, dirt down the toilet, things placed in her house that she hadn't put there. The boy one day came and pinched her, which was strange because he was only young, he was only about a year old then. And so the mother thought, right, he's learnt that somewhere, so she looked for the daughter's nails. And when she looked at her nails, they had already been cut because they were cut straight, harsh across. So she asked her daughter, who cut your nails? And the daughter said, nursery did it. The next day she went to the nursery, spoke to the head, and said that the nails, her daughter's nails had been cut, and what had happened, why was that, had she been pinching anyone? And the head said no one would cut her nails there, no one had been cutting her nails, and it was dismissed. The next day she took the child to the nursery, and when she came out, before the child went into nursery, she had 4 twists on her head. And when she returned from nursery, she had a ponytail, but about 2 inches was cut off of her hair. The child was crying and saying that the teacher had cut her hair. When she got home, the child wasn't very articulate in expressing herself, but she kept repeating same sentences over and over again. One was, I did it to my sister, so I'll do it to you. I did it to my sister, so I'll do it to you. So in the end, you gained an idea of what had happened. I asked her, did the teacher say these things? She said yes. She then repeated a sentence of, oh, if you tell anyone, I'll give your brother 1 tump. If you tell anyone, I'll give your brother 1 tump. So it became apparent what had happened. I asked her if this teacher had cut the hair before, because on the previous occasion there was a big chop from the fridge, and she said yes. She said the teacher told her to say children did it if anyone asked, which made sense because last time she gave one name for one child who did it and then changed it to another name. The mother the next day again returned back to the nursery and told the head that the child's hair had been cut. The head called in all the staff and asked which one had cut her hair. The child pointed to the teacher that she said had cut her hair. The mother even took the child outside and confirmed with her, is it that teacher that cut your hair? Are you sure it's that teacher? Yes, she's sure it's that teacher. So she returned in, yes, it's that teacher. The teacher responded, where is the hair now? These sort of issues seem to be just tossed over their heads, really, and nothing was done about it, and the head wasn't prepared to do anything about it, so the mother had to remove the child from nursery. The harassment around the home increased further to the point where the neighbours became quite hostile unnecessarily and were saying there's going to be murders around here, and really quite threatening. The client went to a housing officer and asked, that she could be moved because she felt they were threatening her life, and the housing suggested that if there was death threats going on, to go to the police and report it. So the mother went to the police and reported the threats that she was receiving, and the police waited at the house so she could go in and collect some belongings, and she came and stayed at my house. She went back to housing and said, okay, now she would like to be rehoused somewhere else, and they said, yeah, they could rehouse her, but not at the moment. So she told them that she would be staying at my house until that occurred, but they told her no, with their rules, she couldn't stay at my house until that occurred because she needs to be attending her own home and she couldn't leave it unattended. So she moved into mine. While they were living at my house, they were still under the supervision order from the court for the year. We informed social services that they've moved to my house. It also moved borough now, so really the case should have been passed to that borough, but the social services for the borough she was from said no, they would hold on to the case until it had finished. It hadn't got long, a few more months left of the supervision order, although they passed it to a different catchment area and a different team. And when they did come to my house, they didn't actually know who I was. They only came twice. Social services came with a health visitor from the area borough that she was now staying in, and this health visitor was insisting that she attended their clinic with the children, but she had already registered with my local GP and also the health visitor there, so she said no, she wouldn't be going to their clinic. They reported they had no concerns. The harassment now moved to my home, and little things would go missing, and I asked for CCTV cameras to be put up in my house, which they were, and but what I found is when we went out, my videos were replaced by someone else's blank videos with a little bit of sort of John Wayne footage. I think it was John Wayne at the beginning saying, oh, there's work for you around here, and then a load of blank. So taping while I was out wasn't really an option of finding what was going on. Also, then my housing association somehow got wind that they were staying at my home, and I received a letter on my birthday in February 2002 stating that they needed to leave my home, or my housing association would be taking me to court to have me evicted. I wasn't prepared to make them leave my home, and so we tried to find somewhere else to live. This was obstructed in many ways, but after a few months we managed to find somewhere. The supervision order had ended by then, and so it was new house, another new borough, and a new vision for 2002. That's the end of tape 3. I will come with more soon. Bye.